your gas comes in here and it's got a little rubber needle seat in there. And when this float fills up with gas in here,
Yeah.
okay, this float floats up, and this valve right here goes up here and shuts off the gas flow.
Okay.
Or otherwise, this thing would be flowing all over the car. And this side over here is what we call a butterfly. It's a round disc about that big around.
Mhm.
And it blocks off this whole gas deal going into the motor. And what this is like, see, this is a needle seat here. So when you take and mash on your gas pedal, this needle here goes up. All right.
Okay.
It's full of gas down here. Okay. And this is a little valve that you set for how much gas it's going to suck in to start with. So the vacuum of the air going by here, and when you mash it down on the gas pedal, causes this needle to go up. Well, when it goes up, it lets the gasoline in here suck up through here and go out in this funnel. Well, this funnel has got air going down this way, and this is here what controls your speed. The butterfly that we call it, the round disc in there about like that.
Right.
So what happens is you mash down, this opens the butterfly, pulls the needle up, lets more gas come up here, and the vacuum pulls the gas down past the butterfly, goes down in here into the engine. And this here is like for today's fuel cars, which works off of, it doesn't have all of this.
Mhm.
It just has a carburetor up there and has a flow through it, but it doesn't have all the other stuff in it.
Right.
And this here sprays it into the cylinder. A big spray in here.
It sprays what in there?
The gasoline.
The gasoline. Okay.
Sprays the gasoline in there. Alright. Now what this does is I have to close one eye here to get it to work. This here is like a piston. Okay, now this piston is round. About that, because I carried some pistons with me to show them what they look like.
Yeah.
It's round, not flat like that. Okay, and it runs up and down inside of a chamber. So the gasoline comes down in through here, forms up here. Okay, and this is a spark plug. And when the spark plug gets a spark, it shoots a little spark right in here, and that causes this gas to explode. Okay, well, in order for this gas to get down in there, this valve has to be open. It's like a valve that goes down, and my deal is, I got tape still on where it won't move. It shuts off this area right here.
Okay.
Now once the gas gets in there, this valve here shuts this off. This valve over here takes and shuts this one off. Go around like, okay, this was, oh, my valve is missing. Okay, see this valve coming down? Oh, I got a valve missing, honey.
Well, probably fell somewhere in the...
But anyway, this one here closes off, and this one over here is closed off the same way. This here creates a spark and explodes. Now this is hooked to a crankshaft that goes all the way back to your transmission. So what happens is you get a big explosion in there, which shoves the piston down, which turns this crank, okay?
Are you sitting in my chair?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's set for a while, so the piston goes all the way to the bottom like that.
Mhm.
Turns this crank in a circle,
Like perfume.
and this crank is hooked to your transmission, which is hooked to your rear wheel.
Stuff on you.
Mhm.
So that causes your car to go. Now, when this is all the way down, that's your bottom stroke from the compression that went off from the explosion.
Mhm.
Okay, but now we got to get rid of all that old gas that's in there.
Yeah.
So what happens now, this cam up here turns, lets this valve open like this.
Mhm.
Okay, and then your piston comes up, pushing out the old gas. So that's supposed to be coming
I'm
out.
showing since it's white on white.
So this pushes the gas up.
Mhm.
The old explode gas that's in here goes up through here, comes out this way.
That's your exhaust.
Yeah, that's your exhaust. And you've got like a meter here that judges how much gas has been burnt, how much hadn't. This here is called what's it called?
Filter?
No, this is a muffler down here. This is called a, I can't remember what it's called. I still have a concussion problem.
It looks like a honeycomb.
But what this is these are little beads.
Uh-huh.
All these red things are little beads just sitting down here in your calculated converter. That's what this is called, calculated converter.
There you go.
Right, and what happens is they get hot, red hot, off of the exploded gas that's coming down through here. They get so hot that they burn up any emissions that may still be left.
Okay.
So that way, and then this comes down through here, and this here is hollow. This is your muffler. Goes in down through here. These are holes in the pipe, and it goes out inside here, and this echoes take care of the explosion. It gets rid of the noise. And then it's shoved out down here in the tailpipes, which comes out the rear of your car. This here is your oil gauge that you judge how much oil that you have in down in your where your crankcase pan is. Okay. And now in today's car, you've got what they call fuel injection. So instead of your fuel coming down through here, your your fuel, all that comes down through here is air.
Okay.
So like when this valve over here is open, this lets the air in. All right.
Yeah.
The air comes in here, and this here sprays your gas in.
Okay. So is your, like when you're using your pedal, is the fuel injection, are you still deciding how much gas to let in, or are you just deciding how much air to let in?
Right. Yeah. It works both of them.
Okay.
So this here shoots your gas in here, a big film of gas. It explodes. This valve closes, which I don't have in there now, and it's missing. This is called a lifter because it lifts this valve. It also pushes it down. So then the gas explodes, goes down, and the whole cycle starts over again. And here's a meter that judges the gas to see if you've got too much gas going through here or you don't have enough from this being sprayed. And so this here will regulate what goes through that.
Okay.
You know, it's a meter, what it is.
What does the oil do at the bottom?
The oil splashes. It has the oil, when this goes down and hits the oil in here, it splashes up around this cylinder to keep it all good.
Okay.
Okay. And see, I'm trying to think, like this right here is what's called an oil pump. It sits down in here. So it pumps your oil up, comes up through here, goes through a filter. Alright, and when it comes back up, it's traced back up into the engine. You see the some comes through there, and most of it comes into these areas right in here.
So is the role of the oil just to lube everything?
Keeps everything oiled.
Okay.
Anything that moves is oil.
Needs to be oiled.
Comes from the oil down here that you put into it.
What's this big thing in the corner? The black thing, like up there?
That's your radiator. The radiator has got antifreeze in it and water. And all these little circles here are real aluminum fins. And what happens is your oil circulates in between these fins like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and what it does, these fins pull the heat off of this right here. In other words, this here is called this is your fuel pump. Alright? And this is your valve. It lets how much water gets into your engine, whether to keep it hot or cold.
Okay.
Alright? So what happens is this hot water is coming in here and going down all these tubes. But when it comes down these tubes, these little tiny fins in here, aluminum, they pick up that heat. Alright, then you've got a radiator fan that blows air through those fins, which cools your engine back off.
Okay.
Okay. And then what happens is that when it cools off, it goes down this, goes back up, and these are chambers that are inside your head and in your engine. It's water on both sides. It keeps it cool, keeps your engine from burning up.
Okay, so So like both of those chambers are full of water, so that when this explosion happens, it doesn't get too hot.
Keeps it cool, yeah.
Okay. Good job, Dad.
And this is where you put the water in at. Water and antifreeze. 50-50 mixture is what you're supposed to have. 50% antifreeze, 50% water. It's supposed to be the perfect combination on it.
Yeah, that's really nice.
I think that's about it. And this here, I had a cam up there to show them what a cam looked like, which I don't know where it's at now.
Could be anywhere.
Well, that was in the